10. I almost said 11. My mind's already on week 11. So yeah, that is it. And now we are going to go to the ballers of the week for week 10. So John, you can go first. We can do snake draft. Do you want to do offense or defense first?
Let's do offense. I'll start us off. And I mean, I don't know how I could pick anybody else for me personally, other than Patrick Mahomes. The guy had 400 yards, 5 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions, big bounce back win against a divisional opponent, put them in first place in their division, and he did it in prime time. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, like I said, he took advantage of the moment, took advantage of the opportunity, and they might be back. So big game for Patrick Mahomes, getting back to what we're used to seeing.
Excuse me. But speaking of kind of on the same topic or trend, going with Stefon Diggs. We all heard John mention he hasn't been up and down in fantasy. Saw him have a really good game. I know it was against the Jets, but still, I mean, very key. Helped start their offense. Like I said, almost had half their receiving yards at 160 receiving yards, and I think just one or two touchdowns.
I think just
One.
one.
Once again, Debo heavy consideration, and Mac Jones I think was at least for me in consideration as well. Mac, like I mentioned, 19 for 23, 3 touchdowns. Now all of a sudden, one of the favorites for rookie of the year. So shout out to the person who said that we were smoking whenever we said that Niners should take Mac Jones. Which now looking at it, we'll see. We'll see how Trey Lance is. Not fair, but anyways, that's my offensive ball of the week, and we'll do snake draft. For defense, I went with Jeffrey Simmons. Considered Jimmy Ward. Not sure if John's taking him or someone else, but I went with Jeffrey Simmons. Liked him in the draft a little bit too. I'm not gonna lie, coming out, but obviously had like tore his ACL I think during the workouts. But now starting to come into form for Tennessee, especially without Derrick Henry out. One of the main reasons why they're staying afloat and that defense has been getting better. He had 2 sacks this week, but was just disruptive as well in the run game for the Saints as well because they still have a good offensive line. Mark Ingram's still solid, but he was very key in that win for them. So that is my defensive player for the ball of the week. John, who do you have for your defensive player?
I'm gonna go with Eric Kendricks, Vikings linebacker. Not sure if you got to see the interception he made. It was pretty spectacular, diving interception, and I think it was pretty game changing because I don't want to actually misquote it, but I'll say when he had it when I pull this up real quick. But he had 8 tackles, he had a sack, he had an interception as well. And I'm going to pull it up here to make sure that I get the right spot of when it happened. Yeah, so it happened still in the first half, but got the interception and then set up his team to go 30 yards and get a score. So it was deep into the opposing territory and allowed the Vikings to get a touchdown and go up 13-3 early in that game. And so, yeah, I just think that he shifted the momentum early and allowed the Vikings to really go into cruise control. They allowed them to run the ball, a lot, get Dalvin Cook involved, and just really set them up in a position where they could have been down 10-7 had the Chargers gone down and scored instead, or 10-6. I can't remember which extra point they missed. Instead, it allowed
What's
them
the first
to
one?
first one. Anyway, so yeah, it could have been 10-6. It instead went 13-3. And although the Chargers did score on their next drive, I think it just shifted things in that game and allowed the Vikings to play with the lead as opposed to playing from behind throughout the game. So Eric Kendricks, sack, interception, 8 tackles. He is my pick.
All right. So that is baller of the week. Ballers of the week. My apologies. Now we're going to dive over to John's waiver wires pickups for week 11. Teams on bye this week. I know Denver and LA Rams, I believe, are the only two teams on bye this week. But the LA Rams one does hurt. I know a lot of people have them. And then if you're, Denver could also suck. So, John,